The other day, I posted a video about practicing the sit to stand, and I mentioned about how you will need to go into a lunge if you are looking for that 3-point contact. And one of you mentioned to me that you struggle with the lunge and you wanted to work on that as well. And you mentioned also about the foot. So I want to kind of talk to you about the lunge and how you can use a chair if you have felt like you are getting strong at squats, say from a seated position. You're able to do this, and you really want to start working on getting stronger in your legs, but don't feel like you can do a lunge on your own without a chair and be able to balance or be able to go fully down to a knee. Then this is going to be the video for you. So I always recommend start with a chair. It is one of the simplest ways to start working on building strength in a safe environment. And because you may be struggling with balance, you don't have to worry about trying to stand in a split stance position. So make sure that your chair doesn't have arms, because obviously you're going to need to be able to use the full chair. Or if you have like a bench or something, or a stool, you can use a stool. Usually a stool is a little bit lower though, so that is going to mean you're going to need some hip and ankle mobility for range of motion. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to sit in your chair sideways so that you can get range of motion with your leg. I am going to bring my leg back here, and my knee is going to be kind of driving down. So I've got like almost like a 90-90 position with my leg. You will see what it does with my foot. So one of the biggest things that you need to focus on with anything, and one of the areas that most of us don't pay attention to, is our feet. And our feet are drivers for movement and are key to your balance. So if your feet are lacking mobility between the toes and the ankle, you're going to struggle with balance. So make sure that you are able to get into this position where you are able to move that foot. If this is an area that you are very weak in, if you don't have range of motion in that foot, I would encourage you to, one, you can go to my YouTube, look through my programs. I have videos on strengthening the feet and increasing mobility in the feet. If you would prefer, I also have a course in my community. So you can head over to my community. I'll put the link in the description box below. But you can head over to my community as well, where I have many exercises to help you work on strengthening and increasing mobility in your feet. And I also do movement snacks week to week, and I can help you work with you in there more to help you work on increasing foot mobility, foot and ankle mobility. So we are going to bring our foot back like this. Make sure you have that mobility within your big toe and your ankle. And then what I usually will have people start with is just a little press up. So your hands are on either side of you, and you're going to press through that front heel to kind of lift up. This is a safe position. Don't worry about falling or anything. And you're just going to hold here. If you feel sturdy, steady, and strong, you can work on bringing your arms up. You're here, quad is firing, and I'm going to drive it back down, and then I'm going to press up again. So as soon as I press up again, my hamstring glutes start to fire, and then you can hold it here and then bring it back down. So this is almost harder in a sense because you are at the bottom half of the exercise. If you want to, you can also test up to down. So you have the chair underneath you. You're going to start up, and you're going to start working on driving down. Now, something that I notice a lot of people do is as you come down, you come straight down. Many people will start to deal with knee pain, right? So as you come down, if you feel like your knee is hurting, that's a lot of strain on a lot of pressure on that knee. All you have to do is push your hips back. That takes the pressure off of that knee, and then you can drive down there. So that is another option as well. So you're going to, one option is do bottom half here, and then up again, working on building strength, holding it. You can hold for a count of 5, for a count of 8. Once you feel really strong here, then you're going to start working on standing all the way up, driving down nice and slow. And then, of course, as always, make sure to focus on doing both sides. And then let me know in the comments below where you struggled with this. If this was easy, if this was too hard, where are you? And the goal with this, remember, is if we're thinking about that sit to stand, what will then start to happen is we're then looking at a 3-point contact. So you would go 1, your hand is 1 point, your knee is going to drive down, and then you can go here and drop all the way down. Obviously, it becomes awkward with the chair right now, but I could scoot back if I needed to. And then coming back up, bringing that one leg, here's where it becomes harder with that curling under. So that's that working on the mobility of that foot and then lifting up. So that would be a 3-point contact. So hopefully this information helped you work on strengthening your legs to get you into a lunge. This is a great exercise to practice if you don't feel steady in a lunge here. You might need that chair to help you. Another thing that I also have my clients do, if you go into a lunge and you don't feel safe, you feel like you're off balance, a lot of times with clients that I work with, it's because their legs are too close together. So if you're here, this is a harder lunge to create than if I bring my legs out. So I always say, railroad track your legs, don't tightrope your legs, okay? So think of a railroad track to do a lunge, not a tightrope. And that's going to help broaden your stance so that you feel a little bit more balanced. So hopefully that helps answer any of your questions. And then just let me know in the comments below what you are still struggling with when it comes to the sit to stand, how this felt for you, and any other questions you may have. Or you can always head to my community in the description box below for working with me a little bit more in regards to movement snacks. Make sure to like and subscribe if you'd like to see more.